This is Mark Schofield from Inside the Pylon with the latest installment of First Sound. We're continuing our summer tour through the 2019 quarterback class, the prospective quarterback class. We're going to talk today about Easton Stick, quarterback from North Dakota State University. And that's right, friends. We have another NDSU quarterback on our horizon for draft season. Stick took over for Carson Wentz, and in his 2 seasons so far as a starter, he led NDSU to the semifinals in the 2016-2017 season, and then led them to a national title last year in a win over James Madison. And we're going to talk about 2 plays from that game, 2 plays very close to each other in this game. They're just a couple of drives apart, just a couple of plays apart. And we're going to talk about a tale of 2 decisions, talking about process and speed and decision making. But remember, as we go through the quarterbacks here this summer, we're not making any definitive judgments on these guys. Summer scouting is all about setting a baseline. It's similar to the first day of the Senior Bowl practices. You want to see where these guys are right now and set a level for them so when you study them again in the fall, you can see what areas of their game they've developed, where they still might need some work, and it will help you come to a better understanding of where they are as quarterbacks and how to project them going forward. The summer's not about definitive takes, friends. It's about setting a solid baseline. Let's look at this first play here. And before diving in, shout out to @hashdrafts on Twitter, who you can see up here. He's been working hard getting some cut-ups up on YouTube for the 2019 draft class at a number of positions. So give him a follow @hashdrafts on Twitter. Support the work. This first play, 1st and 10 in the red zone, early in the game. As you can see, 8:46 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10 in the red zone, ball on the +16 left hash mark. NDSU, the Bison, going to run hitch concept. Hitch here, go route. Very similar to Stick, except both these guys are going to curl up. Let's look at the information available to Easton Stick pre-snap. Press man over number 1 outside. This corner looks in zone technique, hips flip towards the middle of the field. 1 safety high, the other one seems to be cheating down a little bit. Overhang defender over number 3 right now. But as the pre-snap phase continues, he starts to cheat inside, and you can see he does blitz as he comes. And remember the route concept, hitches. So we're going to have a hitch here and a hitch here. Stick does a great job opening to the concept. Sees the safety, confirms it's sort of a single high look, looks to be a cover 3 sort of zone blitz. As this corner's bailing using zone technique. He looks to be buzzing to the flat, perhaps responsible in sort of a combo coverage on the running back, leaving linebacker in the middle of the field with this edge blitz. There's a lot of space here, and this little hitch here is going to have a cushion here as well. Great job by Stick, just finding and taking what the defense gives him. It's a really simple play, simple decision, but I love how he processes the information and replaces the blitz with the ball. Again, the blitz from the overhand defender. Good timing. Hits his step and throws. Splits this bracket coverage here. This defender, the safety, is put in a bad spot between the 2 hitch routes. This linebacker's late getting over. Perfect timing on the throw, good velocity, and it's a great gain on 1st down. Now we come again. 5:09 in the first quarter. So this is NDSU's next possession. Here's the concept. Hitches again. To the 3 receiver side, you got a double wing tight end and the running back. Triangle concept with corner route. A little bit of a curl route here. Running back to the flat. So that's the route concept. 2 high safeties here initially. Again, with this guy cheated down a little bit. Let's come through the pre-snap phase. This other safety starts moving a little bit towards the middle of the field. That's an indicator pre-snap that they're going to be rolling the coverage here. What else do we see? This corner starts to drop, and this guy starts to indicate that he's coming from the slot. Now, this is tough to see for any quarterback pre-snap. Even if you're in the shotgun, it's sometimes tough to see these boundary blitzes. And there's no indication that Stick sees it pre-snap. That's hard to tell from here. But he does see it at this point because he opens to the concept right away. And now, as you can see from the rotation, with this guy blitzing, hitch here with a cushion, hitch here with this guy dropping, there's going to be space to throw the inside or the outside hitch, one or two. And that's right where Stick's looking, right? He's looking right at it. And it's open. And so is this one. Both of these routes are open. Again, we're talking about a tale of two decisions here. We loved the first one. I'm a little shaky on the second one because what does he do here? It's 2nd and 4. You're on your own 20-yard line. This is a first down. Take it. If you want to be fun, throw the outside one. Both of these have space. But he comes now over here. And he tries to read this concept. Now, normally when you see sort of slot blitz like this, and this guy's going to run a hitch, that's an easy decision to make. You just throw it. I mean, that's almost quarterback in 101. But for some reason, Stick sees this and comes off of it to this concept. Now, you've got 2 over 2 here. You've got 3 over 3 here. Now, perhaps he's thinking he can squeeze this in with the safety over here in the middle of the field because it's a cover 3 look here. But I'm not so sure about that because, again, this corner's coming to squeeze that route as well. That's going to be a tough throw. Maybe he's thinking he can fit this in. Maybe that's where he wants to go with it. But as he's looking, he's again indecisive. If he wanted to pull the trigger on this, he had a window to do it. But instead, he extends and runs out of time. Let's sort of run through that all the way through. Again, he's got this. He has that for a second and gives up on it. Has this, gives up on it. There's a small window here where if he wants, he can throw it right here. If he wants to, he can put it right on this guy's left shoulder. You can complete that. But he doesn't pull the trigger. And I think he can see it. Yeah, he's got bodies here, but I'm pretty sure he can see it. But he doesn't believe in it. Starts to vacate and buy time, but he runs out of time. I like Easton Stick as a quarterback right now. I think he's an intriguing guy that you should definitely be watching as we get ready for the 2019 draft cycle. I know there are going to be sort of comparisons to Carson Wentz, and there are times when their throw in motion looks very similar. Stick's and Wentz's elbow movement looks very similar when they're releasing the football. But I think when you're studying Easton Stick, there are some differences about him as a quarterback that we're going to have to keep an eye on going forward. He does do some very good things from a decision-making and processing speed standpoint. But as we saw here, there are times when he makes the right decision very quickly, as he did on the first play. But there are other times when you do wonder a little bit about the decision-making. So that's an area I will be watching for him as we get through the 2018 fall and into the draft season. I think he's a very intriguing prospect, somebody you should definitely be watching. He deserves to be studied along with everybody else this draft cycle. I'm Mark Schofield. As always, thanks for watching this episode of First Sound. You can check out all the First Sound videos over at youtube.com/InsideThePylon. Also check out the work over at InsideThePylon.com.